And no one is more white than your next comic, Tom Wade.
Thank you. So people tell me all the time how they want to be more spiritual in their lives. And I think prayer would be a lot more fun if we had nipples on our kneecaps. Just would increase general arousal constantly. I think karma is a really weird concept. I just don't understand why God would be a capitalist. You either get that one or you don't. I think the brand Dos Equis would do really poorly in sub-Saharan Africa, only because I think a vast majority of the people they would be selling to would really resent being told to stay thirsty. Moving on. So I don't like to think that I'm like addicted to drugs, but if coffee and marijuana didn't exist, I would be a very different person and I would really not function. I would basically just sit in a dark room all day long in a wheelchair with a blanket over my legs, and I would stare out a window at children playing in the field beside my barn, and I would just sort of sit there and sigh and slowly die of old age as their laughter is muffled by the glass. Next joke. This is actually the last time I'm going to be performing stand-up comedy. I am opening a half morgue, half bakery called the Creamatorium. It's the sweetest way to say goodbye to your loved ones. They're not grandma's cookies, but you should accept the fact that nothing will come close ever again. I had a friend from high school die recently, actually. She was a very kind, beautiful girl, but she was also very, very literal and impulsive. And she was on an airplane. She was told that her seat could be used as a flotation device, and she jumped out of the airplane holding it above her head. I also had a very literal audience once who believed that I could ever have a friend. Freaking relax. Knock, knock. My tongue. It's nipple time. Knock, knock. Daddy. It's nipple time. Knock, knock. Orange. Orange, you glad I didn't say nipple time? That one's fun for me and me alone. So I was at Donkey Coffee the other day, and I was sitting on the balcony, sipping my coffee, enjoying life, and I watched as a man drove up the road, stopped his car in the middle of the road, got out of his car, closed the door behind him, and walked inside to get a beverage. Which is the ballsiest way I have ever seen a man abandon his family, frankly. Just incredible. All right. I was doing laundry recently, and there were these 3 sorority girls sitting by the dryers talking about what they were going to wear for Halloween. I don't know that they were sorority girls for a fact. I just sort of assumed that because they were one amorphous bag of flesh with 3 heads. And this one girl is coming up with terrible ideas. She's like, yeah, let's all go be farmers. And it's awful. And this one girl suggests the first good thing that I've heard, which is like, hey, we should all go as pieces of fruit. And I chime in at this point. I'm like, yes, you should all go as pieces of fruit, definitely. So this other girl starts looking up fruit costumes on her laptop. She turns to the girl next to her and says, look, you can be a strawberry. And the other girl turns back and says, Courtney, that's a watermelon. And like, of course her name was Courtney. What else could it be? Nobody named Courtney has ever contributed positively to the planet Earth in the history that the name Courtney has existed. The name Courtney is actually ancient Cherokee for Courtenay, which means milk of the shadow husk. Courtney is actually an anagram, which stands for, come on, universal raging torment nearly every year. And every time a child is christened Courtney, their ability to experience love and joy in the universe is deadened completely. Thank you, everyone. My name is Tom Wade. Have a great night.